Right now, as you watch this, your muscles are fighting a war. And if no one has told you what's actually happening inside your body after 60, they've been doing you a serious disservice. Because the science doesn't lie, and what it shows is more urgent than most people are willing to admit. Before we go any further, everything in this video is for educational purposes only, and is not a substitute for personalized medical advice. If you have any health conditions, injuries, or recent surgeries, please consult your doctor or physical therapist before trying any of the movements shown here. Most people over 60 think they understand muscle loss. They know it happens. They accept it as part of getting older. But here's what almost no one tells you. The loss isn't gradual and gentle. It's accelerating. After 50, muscle mass drops at roughly 1 to 2% per year. But here's the number that should stop you cold. Muscle strength falls even faster. Between ages 50 and 60, about 1.5% per year. After 60, that rate doubles. 3% every single year. You're not just losing muscle, you're losing the ability to use what muscle you have left. And it gets darker. By the time you reach your 80s, research suggests you could have lost up to half of your muscle mass. Not from disease, not from injury, just from time, and from not knowing what to do about it. There's a name for this condition. It's called sarcopenia, derived from Greek sarx, meaning flesh, penia, meaning loss. The slow erasure of the tissue that keeps you upright, keeps you moving, keeps you independent. And the most dangerous part? It often has no symptoms until the day it does. The day you can't get up off the floor. The day the stairs feel like a mountain. The day someone else has to lift you. Sarcopenia costs the U.S. healthcare system an estimated $18 billion a year. Not because people are sick, because they weren't told the truth early enough. This video is about telling you the truth. Here's what makes sarcopenia so quietly devastating, and why just moving more isn't enough to stop it. As you age, your muscles develop something called anabolic resistance. Think of it this way. When you were 25, your body was a well-tuned receiver. You exercised. It heard the signal. It rebuilt. You ate protein. It heard the signal. It grew. After 60, that receiver starts going deaf. Research shows that a person in their early 70s needs roughly twice the protein of a 22-year-old just to trigger the same muscle-building response. The same exercise that rebuilt your body at 30 barely registers now. This is not a failure of willpower. This is biology. And it's why so many older adults do everything right. They walk, they stay active, they eat reasonably, and still feel themselves getting weaker. Because the signal has changed, and the body needs a different kind of message now. That's exactly what the two movements I'm about to show you deliver. Not harder work, a smarter signal. One that your muscles, even now, even at 70 or 80, are still capable of receiving. Because here's the remarkable part. Researchers at Mayo Clinic analyzed muscle tissue samples from 197 people across different ages and fitness levels. Their conclusion? Resistance training can slow and in many cases reverse the fiber changes associated with aging. Even in people who didn't start until after age 70. You haven't missed your window, but you need to know which door to walk through. Exercise 1. The wall press. Let's begin with exercise 1. The wall press. I know what you're thinking. A wall push-up. How significant can that be? Stay with me, because the mistake most people make is thinking this is about the wall. It's not. It's about what happens inside your muscle cells the moment mechanical tension is applied. There's a process in exercise science called mechanotransduction. When a muscle fiber is placed under resistance, even low resistance, Specialized proteins called mechanosensors convert that physical stress into a chemical cascade inside the cell. That cascade activates the pathways responsible for muscle growth and repair, the same pathways that pharmaceuticals try to mimic. And your body can produce it naturally, against a wall, in your living room, right now. This matters especially after 60, because of what sarcopenia steals first. Not the big muscles you can see, but the type 2 muscle fibers, the fast twitch fibers responsible for power, speed, and reaction time. These are the fibers that catch you when you stumble, the ones that fire in a fraction of a second, the ones that have been quietly disappearing since you were 25, and whose loss most traditional gentle exercise does nothing to address. The wall press, done with intention and control, targets these fibers. It loads your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core at a level that walking simply cannot reach. And it trains the neural pathways that tell your muscles to fire fast when you need them most. Beyond the muscles themselves, this movement does something else. It directly counters the postural collapse that gravity imposes over decades. As we age, the chest draws inward, the shoulders round forward, the spine curves, the lungs lose room to expand. Consistent pressing movements reactivate the muscles that hold the chest open, which improves not just your posture, but your breathing, your digestion, your sleep. How to do it? Stand about arm's length from a wall. Place both palms flat on the wall at shoulder height, fingers pointing upward. Your body should form a straight line from head to heels. Engage your core gently. Slowly bend your elbows, lowering your chest toward the wall. Keep elbows at roughly 45 degrees, not flaring wide. Pause when your nose is a few inches from the wall. Then exhale and press back with control. That's 1 rep. Start with 8 to 10 reps. Rest for 1 minute. 2 to 3 sets, 3 times per week. Want to increase difficulty? Step your feet further back. Want to reduce it? Move closer to the wall. And if you have shoulder injuries, recent rotator cuff surgery, or unstable joints, speak with your doctor or physical therapist first. This is not about strain. This is about signal. Every press is a message to your body. I still require your strength. Don't let go of it. Exercise 2. Sit to stand. And now we come to exercise 2, the one that may be more important than any other movement you do this year. Sit to stand. This isn't a gym exercise. This is a diagnostic tool that researchers use to predict with remarkable accuracy how much independence you'll have in 10 years. Here's why. The ability to rise from a chair without using your hands is one of the clearest windows into the health of your entire lower kinetic chain. Your quadriceps, your glutes, your hamstrings, your core. Not in isolation, as a coordinated, functional system. And here's the dark part. Most people start losing this skill quietly, invisibly, years before it becomes obvious. They push off the armrest. They lean forward too much. They pause for a moment at the bottom before they can rise. Each small adaptation is a warning the body is sending, a warning most people mistake for just getting older. It isn't. It's a skill in decline. And like any skill, it can be retrained. A long-term study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that older adults who practiced this movement daily improved both leg strength and daily confidence by 30 to 40% in just 6 weeks. No equipment, no gym, a chair that already exists in your home. What makes this movement especially powerful is its hormonal effect. The large muscles involved, glutes, quads, hamstrings, send the loudest possible biological signal when activated together. Your brain interprets this as high-priority muscle use. The response? A release of growth-promoting hormones. Not from a pill, not from an injection, from movement, from your own biology, still doing its job. And when the glutes strengthen, the body's largest muscle group, the downstream effects are profound. Pelvic stability improves. Spinal alignment improves. The knees and hips bear load more efficiently. The subtle Trendelenburg sway that appears in many older adults, that slight sideways dip in the hips with each step, begins to correct itself. How to do it? Choose a firm, sturdy chair, not too soft. Sit near the front edge. Feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned out. Engage your core. Lean slightly forward from your hips, not your spine. Press through your heels and rise slowly and with intention. Stand fully. Pause. Breathe. Then lower yourself back down with control. Don't collapse into the seat. That's 1 rep. Start with 8 to 10. Rest 90 seconds. 2 to 3 sets. Aim for 4 times per week. Too hard? Raise the seat with a firm cushion. Too easy? Try it without using your hands at all. Or slow the lowering phase to 4 or 5 seconds. If you have severe knee arthritis, recent joint replacement, or significant balance issues, check with your doctor on modifications before you begin. Every time you rise from that chair on your own, you are reversing a process that most people believe is irreversible. You are sending a signal that the body is still waiting to receive. Let's step back. 2 exercises. A wall and a chair. No gym required. No special equipment. No willingness to push yourself past what's comfortable. What these movements require is something rarer than equipment. Understanding. Understanding that after 60, your body has changed the rules. That walking more isn't enough. That gentle isn't always smart. That the muscles you have right now are waiting, still capable of responding, still capable of growing, but only if you give them the right signal. The research is clear. Resistance training works even in your 80s. Muscle fiber changes from aging can be slowed and reversed. The biology of sarcopenia is real, but it is not a verdict. What you do in the next 6 weeks matters more than you think. Before you start, a word of care. Everything I've shared today is grounded in published science, but it is not personalized medical advice. If you have specific health conditions, pain, or recent procedures, speak with your doctor or physical therapist before beginning. That's not caution for its own sake. It's respect for where you are right now. Start where you are. A wall, a chair, 8 reps. That's the beginning of a signal, and your body, even now, is listening. If this video gave you something today, leave a comment below. Tell me your name, your age, where you're watching from. Your story isn't just yours. It might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. See you next time.